Hi, welcome on this short set of 3 videos related to the livestream sequences in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This set of videos is meant to uncover some mysteries which have obviously been missed by the fandom, and allow for more future thoughts, theories and any type of content that might help feed us until Square Enix eventually release Final Fantasy VII Revelation, Restructuration, Rebuild, Requiem, or any other word starting with a re that can come to mind and give this game a satisfying conclusion. On this first video, that will be followed shortly by 2 others, we'll focus on the first livestream we see within the game, aka Tifa's livestream sequence from chapter 9 in Gongaga. The second one will be about the hidden places in the ending livestream scene, and the third will be about what's probably one of Rebirth's best hidden secrets, always related to those livestream sequences. So take a seat, grab a drink, and let's head back to Gongaga first. I know there have been several ideas and talk about the livestream deep Tifa talk in that scene, but I was surprised to see how little information there were about the actual content of this scene, as in what's actually hidden as places within the livestream sequence. So I did various searches with some unwilling help from friends and ended up finding some nice stuff. While I first thought about outing those various findings in the form of a thread on Twitter/X, I thought it would be more intelligent to put them through videos, so this is the first video I've ever made, and I apologize for any mistake or default one might find. You know what they say, the first time is rarely the best. But if I actually end up liking the exercise, it's very likely I might have more content follow-up, because I'm not done digging and I've already got a few other great findings and talks within my bag. So if you enjoy the content, don't hesitate to like, subscribe and of course comment, as everyone on this platform always says. This video is spoiler free, so if you didn't play the OG or Crisis Core, it's perfectly safe for you. I'll simply make a listing of the places we can find within Tifa's livestream sequence in chapter 9, listing both the obvious places we visit, but also the hidden gems, including some which have never, to my knowledge, been noticed by the fandom. And now we can begin. First off, we can mention the obvious places, aka the 3 places we visited when we were brought there by the weapon. Tifa's house is the first. It's a place we are now used to see, so there is not a lot to say about it at this point. Even though it's still interesting to note that unlike within Tifa's trial or Cloud's flashback, Tifa's house doesn't have a reunion flower in front of her door, as if the flower was in fact never there, but that will be a subject for another time. In this sequence, we can see Tifa's departure from her house with her friends, as she wants to go look for her mother on the mountain. Cloud follows them. Second place is the Nibud Bridge, that infamous bridge that led to Cloud and Tifa's accident when they were kids. A bridge that clearly keeps on breaking, since it also broke when Sephiroth came 5 years ago. So clearly they need a better architect or bridge builder, or maybe just give up on that reactor and never set foot there again, cause that place seems pretty dangerous anyway. Last place we visit is the Water Tower, the place of Cloud and Tifa's promise, which is central to their story and to Cloud's journey as an hero. A place which needs no further introduction. Those 3 places are the obvious one we can't miss, but aside from them, there are 2 other places we can obnoxiously see but can't visit, and they are also places that appear in the OG livestream sequence. Indeed, not so far from the bridge we can see the trees which are marking a moment during the walk through the mountain, back when Cloud and Tifa were kids. So yeah, maybe you didn't think much of those trees, but they are meant to represent a memory. I said it was a spoiler-free video, so I won't explain more. Those who know will know. Then there is the portal, the entrance of Nibelheim. Just like the trees, this place is tied to a precise memory, so it's kind of easy to guess why it appears if you played the OG. For anyone else, just wait and see. Aside from those 2 obvious places, 2 other places can also be noticed, but can also be easily missed. Those places didn't appear in the OG, but it makes sense, considering the game is being expanded. It's clear the livestream is meant to be as well. First off, between the bridge and the water tower, we can see Stargazer Heights, the place where Cloud and Tifa used to live back in Sector 7. Then, far behind Tifa's house, we can also see Seventh Heaven, Tifa's bar back in Sector 7, a place of utmost importance for Tifa's life in Midgar. These are all the places most of the fandom probably knew about until now, but those places aren't the only places hidden within Tifa's livestream. So let's see the juicy bits now, the places that could be localized but aren't necessarily identified. Despite several hours and days of searching, some places still remain unknown, and that's mainly the reason why I'm making this video now, because after months of research, it might be time to let the cat out of the bag, so that more people can join the search and maybe help discovering what some of those places are. The first one is the Nibble reactor, the place of all dooms and revelations. The very inevitable Nibble reactor appears within Tifa's livestream and can be found without much difficulties. Indeed, when you sit at the top of Tifa's house, after witnessing the scene there, you can choose to direct the camera down below, and that's when you'll see it. A dark shadow with a very specific shape, partly appearing from under the various floating rocks. Here you can see a picture of the reactor to see if it fits, and trust me, it fits. The second place is a very tricky one. When you are at the entrance of the livestream scene, turn to the left and look towards Seventh Heaven. Lower the camera, narrow your eyes, and it's there. Right underneath Seventh Heaven there is a distinctive shape that looks like a mix between a platform, a crane for the part underneath, and basically the kind of stuff we can usually find in Midgar. So I searched and eventually managed to identify it. But to understand which one it is, you'll have to watch the second video for reasons that will be explained over there. Then let's move on to the places I haven't been able to identify so far. There are doubts and theories, but nothing obvious enough for me to be able to confirm those places are this place or that one. First off, there are those antennas. Behind Tifa's house, behind what looks like a round shape, we can see an antenna. And it's not there out of mistake or anything. It's certainly connected to something, meaning it's connected to a place. But what place? I think this way because even further, way behind Seventh Heaven, we can see other antennas, a bit shorter this time. Are those pillars? Electrical pole? I have no idea, and despite every twisted image manipulation I did, I wasn't able to identify this place either, cause those poles are too thin of an hint. Another tricky one appears ostentatiously when we witness the sequence at Tifa's house. Between her house and the wooden pillar, a shape appears. It's very distinct, and when we zoom, we see this shape appear. A carved stone, not a natural one, the kind of carved pillar shape that looks very similar to the stone pillar and shape we could find at the Temple of Ancients. Now, Temple of Ancients or any other structure, what matters there is that it's meant to be another place, but which one? It will be an understatement to say I searched everywhere, because I really did, but I've probably missed some details. Because I roamed the game left and right for all the various places and completely missed some obvious clues at time, before eventually identifying the right spots. The last place I'd like to mention is the most complicated, because I'm still unsure if this is an actual place or if my eyes were just playing mind tricks. Behind the bridge, we can see some illuminated, irregular type of shapes, with a light source that almost seems reflected, as if there was water or anything that could act this way. While most of my friends weren't able to see it, some did too, and for me it's a sort of double circular shape with maybe some paths and irregular type of pillars. For me it's a real place, because the light acts very differently there, and the shape doesn't change even when the camera moves. I have a pretty clear idea of what this place could be, but I won't mention it there to not cause issues. Now, I could be completely mistaken, but overanalyzing can tend to do that. So still curious to see if others will be able to see what I see there, and if anyone will have a peculiar idea about what this mysterious place could be. That's about it for the places within the first Tifa livestream sequence I wanted to expose. While we can see some other shapes or elements, like those two threads which appear underneath the middle bridge, those are clearly connected to identified place, so it's no use burning brain cells to make more sense of them. For example, I know very few will be able to see it, but we can identify the head of the shape of the reactor under the rock portal. You can trust my X-ray vision, as some would say. Here is a visual summary of all the places identified. If you feel inspired or if you have any question, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'll gladly reply to them and read about every idea that can cross everyone's mind. You can also find all the various places pictures on a thread on X. All the links are available in the description. Thanks for watching, that was quite a tedious exercise. So, the next video will be focused on the ending livestream and what we can find there, before we move on to the third video, revealing what's probably the best hidden secret of those livestream sequences.